Microphone check, 1, 2, what is this?
You're now listening to a brand new episode of the Play Big Faster podcast.
Look what you done started.
Talk to him.
Attorney, high-performance coach, and speaker Scherrie Prince asks hard questions to really get to the bottom of what makes entrepreneurs tick. From starting a business, marketing, strategies, and the ins and outs of their industries. We talk everything from book recommendations, lifestyle hacks, and everything possible to get you inspired and motivated to build your own business. The Play Big Faster podcast starts now.
Let's go.
Do you have life insurance? We've got you. Get the best plans. Same-day coverage. Get peace of mind for the price of a nice dinner. 24/7 by your side. Get your free quote in seconds with no obligations from Opus Insurance and Risk Services at www.opusirs.com.
Welcome to another episode of the Play Big Faster podcast. We are so blessed tonight. We have Mr. Christopher, Kingdom Marketing Superstar Herald himself here with us. Christopher, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, what's going on? Sherry, thank you for bringing me here. And who am I? Oh my goodness, where should I start? Well, I can say I'm a husband. Let's recognize my spouse first, my wife, I'm a husband, I'm a father of 3. I am a kingdom entrepreneur. I'm for the business side, I'm an online marketing consultant where I specialize in helping people grow their business with book funnels and virtual events. And we help people scale to 6 figures plus using our rapid success system as well. And, but yeah, I've been full-time since 2016. I live in Dallas, Texas. I've done a lot of different things for entrepreneurship. I'm sure we might get into a lot of that. But hey, I'm just excited to be here, and be a guest of your show. I appreciate you inviting me out.
Well, listen, you have given us already a lot to unpack because when you start with Kingdom Marketing Superstar, look, tell me how your ministry intersects with the marketplace, because I'm really interested in how that intersects and how you use it in your business day to day.
Yeah. Now, so I have a moniker, Kingdom Marketing Superman. I don't know if you see, but I have footage out there with me in the Superman costume. There's also I have footage out there. You can't see it here, but I got a crown and a robe that kind of coincides with my book, Kingdom Affirmations, as well. But as far as Kingdom and entrepreneurship, yeah, about 2 years ago, I left a group called God's Masterpiece. It was a group of a community of Christ-centered entrepreneurs, and one thing I was sharing with them is that, as the 3 kinds of entrepreneurs. So you have your traditional secular entrepreneur who's kind of building their own kingdom, doing their own thing. I used to be that one, right? Then I say you have the Christian who also owns a business. That person is a person who's Sunday for 2 hours a day, they flow the Holy Spirit, they turn in cartwheels, speaking in tongues, hearing flips, But once they leave the church house, it's all about the hustle and the grind, all about the money. The Christian business, right? I used to be that person too. But once God really gave me this kingdom of revelation and really transformed my mindset, everything starts, I realized that as a kingdom entrepreneur, it's a 24/7 thing. And God gave me this something called a prosperity pyramid. I began to teach in April of 2020. And I have enough time to break it down here. But basically, pyramid is the most soundest structure on planet Earth. And it has 5 different rungs in the pyramid. And the bottom, it has God as the foundation. It's everything that you do. And then it has kingdom principles on the next step. There are principles that God has created that guarantee success. And you don't need to pray about it. You don't need to beg about it. You don't need to manipulate, cheat. If you follow certain laws and principles, God has guaranteed you succeed. And also, that's a reason why those who don't honor God can succeed, because they tend to follow the laws better than those who say they love God. And that may be a topic we can talk about more, right? Then you move up to the next step, and you have mindset. It's very important with your mindset. Romans 12:2 says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind, right? So everything we do, we have to have the right mindset first. right? Then the next step on the prosperity pyramid is marketing and sales. You need to either hire someone like me to do your marketing and help you sell more, or you can learn from someone like me to help you learn how to market online, in order to be able to make more sales in your business. And at the very top, it's wrong of that is money. And God gave me this, and it was a revelation to me because most of us typically have that pyramid inverted, where money is our foundation, money is our God, but at the top, money is the smallest because as a kingdom entrepreneur, we don't need to pursue or chase money. Money comes as a byproduct by doing those other things consistently and persistently over time, right? And as a Christian who has a business, typically those things are out of order. And as a secular entrepreneur, like, definitely upside down. So for as a kingdom side, with God giving revelation and realizing that it's the prosperity pyramid, and as long as you keep those things in direct order, then whatever God wants to provide, the sky's the limit. There is no limit put on ourselves. And so, teaching, I do a lot of teaching on the kingdom as well, for what the kingdom means. The kingdom is not a religion, and also how to impact them in your life, and also the entrepreneurship. So it's kind of just bringing those two worlds together, because it's actually, means is one word, because it's just natural. It's who you are. Once you, become a born again citizen, you realize that this is who I am. It's part of my assignment. So to me, it's just natural. If that makes sense.
Look, let me just start by saying wow and wow. That is so awesome. And you mentioned that you do have 2 books. And do you cover those? Do you cover the prosperity principle in your book?
You know what's so funny? I just did a 3-day live seminar with a group of bunch of nerds in a program I got called Book Success Formula. And it had been like 9 months since I taught the prosperity pyramid. But one of the people in that program was one of my clients from my God's Masterpiece. They was asking me about that. They said, would you teach that to everybody else? And I said, sure. So I haven't taught, it's not in my book, Kingdom Affirmations, it's not in my other book. I had only really taught this when I did virtual events. I did these virtual events every month from like April of 2020 to like January of 2021. And I always taught it as a foundational key day one of every virtual event that I did, because it's all about getting your mindset right, getting things a priority, because teaching you on marketing and sales and leadership and personal development, all those things are irrelevant if you don't have the right, everything in order, the foundational stuff in order. So they're not in that book. Another book coming out soon called Kingdom Marketing Secrets. It will be in that one. It will be in that one.
Well, listen, I definitely want to go ahead and reserve an autographed copy of that book when it comes out. So definitely put one back for me.
Gotcha.
So you mentioned that you have these virtual events. Are you still doing the virtual events monthly, or are you just servicing clients at this point?
Great question. Yeah. What I'm doing primarily now, like I said, we just finished up a 3-day live seminar in my new program I launched in May of 2022 called Book Success Formula. So 2 main things that I teach now, part of my rapid success is book funnels, because a book gives you credibility, gives you leverage. A book funnel brings buyers. That's one thing that's powerful. That all of the strategies out there people are doing, TikTok and Facebook and you name it, right? The only strategy that brings you buyers immediately is having a book funnel. Plus, it gives you credibility, positions you as an authority, separates you from the crowd, open doors, more opportunities for you. I mean, it leaves a legacy piece. I mean, there's so many things that you get with a book and with a book funnel that you don't in other methods. So I'm teaching that method. The other method I teach is called virtual events. And I have a program called Get Visible with Virtual. And I teach people how to, it's a 5-day virtual event where I teach people how to launch, their coaching and consulting business by leveraging virtual events. And that's really the 2 main things that I've been doing for the last 2 years in my business. Those 2 main activities has allowed my business to succeed, and so book funnels and virtual events. So we will be doing an upcoming 5-day free virtual event teaching that concept on how to scale and grow your coaching and consulting and expert business by leveraging virtual events. Currently, right now, this month, we're teaching the book funnel method. So teach people how showing people how to create a book without writing a book. Yeah.
Now you're gonna have to break that down for me. How do you create a book without writing a book?
This book here, Kingdom Affirmations, great book, best-selling book. Hopefully all your all your viewers actually can go, maybe talk about it later, but they can go get a free copy of it at my website. Just cover shit and handle it. Well, this book here took me a year physically write or type on my computer. It's before I came into this book success formula method that I teach now. I have a 4-step method now. Now, as an entrepreneur, we're very busy, right? I mean, I got to tell I'm an author, right? I'm an entrepreneur, who's an author, a speaker, a coach, a consultant, a professional service provider. And my mind is always thinking about creating assets, because that's how millionaires and billionaires think, creating assets. Well, a book can be a powerful asset. However, I don't have a year or 2 or 3 years, as most people do, to write a book. So I discovered how to create a really good book without hiring a ghostwriter, without writing a single word. And my other book, you see back there, it says 21 Ways to Monetize a Book. That book I created in 15 minutes, and I had a hard copy in 3 days, and I sell it daily in one of my marketing products. So I discovered a way, and in my new book, Kingdom Marketing Secrets, I found the same method as well, where I'm not typing a book anymore. I'm not taking a year. I literally are creating books in a matter of minutes or hours. And it's a method, of course, that method that I teach. And as an entrepreneur, time is more important than money. So, right? And so this method will save you so much time, save your listeners, whoever, so much time to create a book, instead of like most people out there teaching you how to write a book in a year, 2 years, 3 years. I don't have time for that. So
Look, who does? Yeah.
right. So yeah, so it's a different method that I teach. I got a free masterclass, maybe we'll talk about later. People can go and I got like a 2-hour training. People can go and see it. I teach this method, and they actually can see it, and it's powerful. It changed my life. And I was like, whoa, I would never write a book ever again, but I would create them all the time.
Now, the next thing I need to know is, how do I get to this masterclass? Because if I'm writing a book without writing a book, what do you have a website for us?
Yeah. The masterclass is simply go to bookfunnelmethod.com. People can go to bookfunnelmethod.com. Like I said, it's a free 120-minute training where I break down how to create, sell, and scale your business fast with the book funnel. So I show you how to create your book without writing and hiring a ghostwriter. I show you how to sell your book or book funnel or your products or services, anything. Even if you hate or suck at selling, a lot of folks hate selling, right?
Yes, that's an entirely different podcast episode. Yes, on hate selling.
So I show you how to do that, how to sell it, and then the third thing I show and teach you, I show you how to scale your business with 10x multipliers. See, the difference between an entrepreneur and say a traditional author is, with me, this is not the end all be all. This is just the beginning. This is the front end of my offer. With an author, this is the end all be all. That's why they spend 1, 2, 3 years in order to do this, and then they're kind of like, okay, now what? Well, this is just a front end. So I teach you on how to launch 10x multipliers, and actually, that's what a real revenue, real money is earned. It's not much money earned with a book. Now I got a book funnel, and I give my book away for free, and my book funnel has earned 99% more of all authors, entrepreneurs who got a book in the entire world because of my book funnel. And this book I give away for free.
So let's go back to the book funnel, because literally before 6 months ago, I did not know what a book funnel was. Literally, I guess I was just on the struggle bus and doing things the hard way. Still dealing with WordPress sites, landing pages. Break down for some of us what a funnel is.
Yeah, I make a long story short. What I tell folks that ask me what is a funnel, I tell them funnel is actually your entire sales process. So, like, if you're going to offer and sell anything to a specific audience or the marketplace, you should have a sales process in place. So a funnel is really the moment someone comes to see you for the very first time to the moment you convert them into a buyer, a customer, or a client. So it's really the whole process. It's not software. Like there's softwares out there that has main funnels in them. It's not software, but I said, but the difference is with the software that we use, it's like a website on steroids. We're called marketing funnels. But a true funnel is really the entire sales process, and it's better than a website. Like most of us, familiar with websites. You use, WordPress and things like that. I used to build websites when they first came out in the late '90s, right? Dreamweaver and Microsoft Front Page. I went to school for that.
Ooh, front page. Blast from the past.
Yeah. I went to school for that stuff, and in early 2000s, websites were it. But the problem with websites today is that there's too much information, and day and age people live now, people attention spans are like the size of an ant. So the last thing you want to do is put all this information with, contact me, about me, here's my family, or my vacation, here's my coaching packages, all these links and clicks on these traditional website. It's too much information. So most people come to a website, they look around for a second, and they leave. But if you have a funnel or a marketing funnel, or specifically like my book funnel, if you come into my website, there's only one thing, one singular focus there, and that's getting it. Now, what I do offer, and I teach also in the master class, there are other things that I offer that increase the cart value. Like, for example, for every free book I give away, I earn $27. For every free book I give away.
So break that down for me, because I didn't go to school for math, so I struggle.
Okay.
Help me.
No, it's okay. Then the average author is focused on selling their book because it's the end all be all. Well, with me, I'm not. Right? Because that's why I said, let me give my book away for free to give someone some powerful value, and you just simply cover the shipping and handling. But when you do that, like this book here is at kingdomaffirmations.com. So literally you can go there right now and get a free copy, just cover the shipping and handling. But also you're going to find about 12 to 13 other things there inside of my pages that increases my cart value. For example, my book is also on Amazon. However, the problem with when you have a book on Amazon is that, number one, you have no idea who will buy your book because they don't give you their information. Number two, you got to split your earnings with them. It's everything like that. So I don't promote my book on Amazon. It's on Amazon to sell organically, but I don't promote it. I only promote my kingdomaffirmations.com site because I have much more things there. So that's why it means that everybody who comes to my site to get a free book and cover the shipping and handling, they end up buying more things there. That's why every free book is worth $27 to me on the front end. That has nothing to do with my main coaching and consulting and other things that I offer. That's on the front end. So it tells me that when we look at paid advertising, I do a lot of paid advertising, it tells me that I can invest $27 to acquire one buyer and I'll break even. And that's fine for me because I have things on the back end that I'm going to continue to offer, that will bring in more revenue. So it's a way to look at marketing. It may be a little advanced strategy, but it's like, how much is one customer worth to me? And so one customer, if my book is worth $27. So instead of someone who's paying the shipping and handling it, I know that the numbers work out. I'm going to get on average $27 for every free book I give away. I have other items there that people want in that book funnel. So that's why having a book funnel is better than selling a book on a website. Or it's definitely better than putting it on Amazon or Barnes and Noble, stuff like that, because you got splits. You don't know who buys your book. And in marketing, it's very important that you know who buys your stuff, because you continue to follow up with them and offer more things about they want to buy. But Amazon don't give you the information.
So is this part of what you teach people during your courses?
Yeah. Like I said, our main program is called Rapid Success System. So I teach people in the book funnel method. I teach people how to launch the business with virtual events. Created a multiple six-figure business for us in 2 months. So it's a very powerful method. Like I said, to me, those are the best two methods to grow a coaching, consulting, and expert business, because both of them give you credibility, both of them give you authority, both of them increase the know, like, and trust factor fast with your audience. Both of them convert at a very high rate, and I enjoy teaching. I love teaching marketing and sales and leadership, personal development in the kingdom. I have a fivefold method that I teach on and touch on. And so, yeah, there's some of the things that I teach. There are other things that we do as well. That we offer some different done for you professional services, that people can do, take advantage of as well. But those are the two main marketing methods that I use and that I share with all my clients and students to use, because those two have been the most effective over the last 2+ years, and same results with our clients and students as well.
So you mentioned the funnels, the being an author, and you mentioned coaching programs. So tell us a little bit about what coaching programs you have and, who's eligible for those programs.
Yes. Of course, my coaching programs, like I said, we have a program called Book Success Formula. Also have a main coaching program for the Get Visible with Virtual Events. So the Get Visible Virtual Events, that's a 90-day program. Actually, most of my coaching programs now, besides my one-on-one programs, but if it's a 90-day program, typically it's with a group of about 10 people, and we're going to focus on one thing. So a 90-day program where I'm teaching people how to launch their business with virtual events. So they will come out of there guaranteed to launch the virtual events. Plus, I guarantee that they will earn their investment back, or they stay as long as they need to earn their investment back. It's a guarantee. So guarantee you will succeed if you do that. Yeah. So I'll help you from A to Z, create your virtual event and begin to launch your virtual event, with your audience. Then like I said, we did a 3-day live event, 3-day implementation seminar called Book Success Formula. So that's like the next step after you go watch the book funnel method videos, and the next step, the work would be towards that. It's a 3-day live implementation, or we have an option to do a 90-day program with that as well. Then, of course, I have a one-on-one program, and that's a year program that I work one-on-one with, with certain clients as well. A lot more hands-on, a lot more personalized, a lot more accountability, things like that. But yeah, so I have that. Plus, I checked yesterday, I have 24 assets. I have 24 other digital marketing or training products that people can self-pace. So I have programs on email marketing, on sales funnels, on leads. On the kingdom, I got a program called 20 Kingdom Laws of Success. So I have a variety of do-it-yourself, done with you and done for you services.
So if I wanted to start working with you, like, where do I start? Do I look at one of your virtual programs? Do I purchase your book? Where's the best place to start working with you if I was interested in what you're doing?
Great question. One thing that I do is that I do a good fit call. Now some people in my marketing funnels, they can get the book, and they can buy some of my other products that are out there, do-it-yourself products. But if someone wants to get more coaching, hands-on that way, instead of do-it-yourself type of stuff, everybody goes through a process of a good fit call. Reason why is because I've learned. I've been full-time since 2016, and I've learned that all money isn't good money. So I want to make sure that who I'm working with, I'm going to want to work with. I have taken money from people in the past, and I had to fire them. And I fired them.
Flag on the play. Time out. You're out here firing folks.
I had to fire some clients and say, you know what? I said, go ahead and get you some R&R. I'm not talking about rest and relaxation. I'm talking about refund and remove.
Wow. So, okay.
Because everyone isn't a good fit. Now, most people wouldn't do that, but me, because I want to enjoy who I'm working with, because I want to make sure I'm working with will get the best from me. So if you're not a good fit, or if you don't implement, or if you think you know it all, then that's why I have a process. We have a screening process. We have a questionnaire process, because I want to see where you are in your business. I want to see, what have you been doing? What are your numbers? Everything looking like. Plus, I hop on a call and talk to people before I even talk about any of the programs. I want to see if we're going to mesh. Because, you can have the resources to invest in the program, but if I don't like you, you don't like me, why should we even try to force this, what they say, a square head and a circle, a round hole, a square peg and a circle, right? So I have a screening process. for everyone who wants to work in my coaching and consulting programs, because I just want to make sure it's a good fit for both. To me, it's a win-win for both. Win-win, for the potential client. It's a win-win for me to see, okay, are we going to enjoy working together, long term? Because I want everyone to be happy. Win.
Well, you mentioned something that was interesting because you're based out of the Dallas area, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so working with you, I don't have to live in Texas, do I? I mean,
Oh,
you coach people across the United States and internationally, correct?
the world. Yes,
Okay.
yes. We have South Africa, Canada, Australia, the United Kingdom. It's a beautiful thing about the internet. One thing that COVID did 2 years ago is that it made everyone come online if you were not online, right? It made you become virtual. And, if you begin to leverage this, it's so powerful what you can do. There's so many different ways you can impact and reach people once you know who you're assigned to, your specific audience, and you know that how to solve a specific problem, with your level of area of expertise. And then it's about putting your offer, making a good offer in front of these people, right? And making it a win-win for both. So, but yeah, you can be anywhere, you don't have to come to Dallas, do this, we can do it virtually, even though I will be pretty soon. I don't have a date state yet, but I will be doing an offline event because things are kind of changing down here in Dallas. So, you can fly on down here and we'll be doing like a, offline 2 or 3 day live event as well. But yeah, but no, everyone, my clients now, we all meet virtually.
So you've told us a lot about your core business and
Mhm.
services helping people to build their business. But in terms of the done for you services, are those ongoing relationships? And just if you can give us some examples of what those done for you services look like.
Yeah, like, we do done for you ad services. So if you want to get more leads, from Facebook ads, Instagram ads, YouTube ads, right? Also done for you marketing funnels. Most folks are not techy. I mean,
That is me. Look, I'm guilty. Okay. I'm so guilty.
all right. And that's okay because I tell folks, don't worry about that. Let us, my team, take care of the techy stuff, and you focus on what you do best, which is providing transformation for your client, however means that is. Your dating coach, relationship coach, your financial consultant, your minister, whatever you do. So we offer youth marketing funnels, connecting all the email marketing systems, the the finance systems, merchant accounts. I mean, so the whole nine. So we can take care of all the technical stuff, for you. So that way you can just focus on what you do best, which is showing up for your clients. And so we can fill up your pipeline with potential buyers or buyers if we're doing a straight, book funnel or something like that. So yeah, so we can do all the techie marketing stuff for you as well. And if you want to learn it, cool. I have training, teach you how to learn it too. But if you say, no, I just want to, you take care of that. I just want more people, then, we can take care of all that for you too. You just tell folks, don't worry about it. Just sit back and hit yes on the enrollment button. We'll take care of everything else.
Do you want to start your own business? Confused about where to begin? Not sure if you can do this? I'm glad you made your way here. Cut through the confusion. I invite you to join in on the 5-day Play Big Faster Challenge. You'll get step-by-step guidance on how to start and scale your dream business faster. 5 days perfectly structured. Build the business you've always dreamed of without spending tons of money and hiring consultants or a lot of staff. Join the challenge today at www.playbigfaster.com.
Well, you know what? You said something that was interesting because I get so many different emails in my inbox. I get some that say YouTube ads don't work. I get others that say Facebook ads don't work. I get emails saying, grow your email list, get more organic traffic. Do you have an opinion as to what works best, or does it just depend on your niche?
Great question. Here is the 100% truth. We keeping it 100.
100. Okay.
Everything works. Everything. However, there are other methods that are faster and better. For example, I've been marketing online, really for an online marketing, digital marketing niche. I've been selling stuff online since 2004. I really got serious about digital marketing, internet marketing around 2009, 2010. So I've done them all. I've done blogging. I've done every organic strategy you can think of, every free strategy you can think of. Even today, right? Um, Everything works. So what people, when it comes to paid advertising, like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, it works just fine. The problem is that people probably don't know what they're doing. They don't understand how ads work. Paid ads are designed to multiply money. So you got to have a entrepreneur mindset, or really someone who understands how ads are designed to multiply money. So, and also you need the right offer. If an ad may not work, maybe you had the wrong offer for the right audience, or maybe you had the right audience, but you had the wrong offer. See, yeah. So everything can work. However, there are things that are fast for me myself. Now we do market organically. We market on every social platform. I have an assistant, and she'll post my stuff on social media on every platform. We got a podcast. We do everything organic too, on everything you pretty much think of: TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. Who am I missing? Instagram. Even did some Clubhouse back in the day. So, like I said, I have a podcast as well. But the main thing we do is running paid ads to either a book funnel or a virtual event or maybe a webinar, because those methods have proven to be the fastest, because we know how to get a 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1 return. And let me ask you this. If I gave you $2 or $3 every time you gave me $1, how many times would you do that?
An infinite number of times.
Right. And that's what paid advertising does for you when done right. Because it works. If it didn't work, then why would people do it? It's just like this. One of my mentors said, he told me that every real business does paid advertising. And I started to think. I said, I said, well, how long has Mercedes-Benz been around? Long time. How long has Coca-Cola been around? A long time. I said, so isn't it something when you're watching a television program, you're interrupted by something? What are you interrupted by?
Paid advertising.
Paid commercials, which are paid advertising. And they be right. Mercedes-Benz, Coca-Cola. Now, why would a company that's been around over 100 years still do commercials? Obviously, they work. Right? Every real business would do paid advertising because it works. They're not relying on branding. They're not relying on word of mouth. They're not relying on networking. They still do. Why? Because it works and gives them a return. So it comes down to mindset and understanding what paid advertising does for you. And then it's understanding how to do it right. Right? And then you can't just throw money at something, and expect it to throw money back at you, if that makes sense. So it works.
Wow. So that is a bunch to unpack. And you mentioned that I guess you've been doing the virtual events, you said, for the last 2 years?
Yes.
Okay. And wow. Now, did all this come from growing up in Dallas? Because I know you live in Dallas now, but where are you from originally?
My hometown. You ever heard of Earl Campbell?
Never heard of it.
Used to play football for the Houston Oilers, big running back. We called it Tyler Rose.
Okay. You know what? If I think the only football player that I can remember by name, and I'm so serious. Who was it? The Refrigerator Perry? What was his first name?
William Perry.
Yes, and that was way back when. Yeah, I'm not a football buff at all.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm from Tyler, Texas. Tyler, Texas is a town an hour and a half east of Dallas. So 100,000 people there. But also I lived in California about 18 years. So grew up in Tyler. When I left high school there, I joined the Air Force. And I was by the Air Force about 8 years. And I got stationed in California 7 of my 8 years in the Air Force. And I got out of the Air Force and spent out there like another 10 years. And so I have West Coast feel, the down south feel. So I'm a mixture of both, And I tell folks, they hear a little country twang with a proper accent. Californians talk proper. But, Texas, you got the little slang. So, yeah, but as far as the business and marketing things, I've always been an avid learner. And I've always been someone to invest in myself. I can remember, I think I read my very first personal development book around 2001. And it was a guy, at that time I was working a job, and a guy gave me a book called Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice by Dennis Kimbrough. I met him a couple years ago out here in Fort Worth. And it began to change my life. Now, I created my very first business in 1997. In 1998, I joined the MLM back then. In 1998, I got in the music business. I was in the music business for 12 years as well. And so I've always been an entrepreneur, trying different business ventures ever since the late 90s. And then I realized if you're going to succeed, get the results you want, you always have to invest in yourself. So I'm the kind of person that will invest in myself financially all the time. You know, I would invest in well over $250,000 in mentoring and training, coaching, seminars, events, and everything just to grow. I ain't mentioning paid advertising, but just in that part to grow myself. And I still do this to this day. And I think most people have to take on the mindset that if you're going to succeed, it starts with the seeds you sow now. It follows one of God's kingdom law. You cannot reap what you don't sow. And one thing I've discovered too, that if you want great clients, you got to become a great client first.
Preach.
You know?
Oh my, look, that'll preach right there. But I mean,
Yeah.
I think that is so true. I would not even consider a mentor or a coach who did not have their own mentor or coach, because you have to be a lifelong learner. You have to be sharpening your sword. And, you know, if you're following somebody who does not follow anybody, then you're going nowhere. So, I mean, I think that is awesome that you just continue to invest in yourself. And I mean, it only makes it better for the people that you serve.
Exactly. Yeah. And then it puts kingdom laws to work in your favor. You know, a lot of people want a multiple, six-figure business, seven-figure business, eight-figure business, yet they want to invest in themselves financially. Well, that's oxymoronic to say, hey, I want to have a great business, but I want to do it for free. I don't want to invest in myself. And a lot of people have that poverty mindset. They think they're going to build a successful business, and they don't want to invest in training and coaching and mentoring, things of that nature. They expect everything to be for free. And if they're believers in Christ, that's a religious mindset there that you got from the church. And you expect everything to be for free. That's a whole other day there.
Oh my gosh. So if I were looking, because, part of what we do on the podcast is we try to, help people with quantum leaps. If I'm trying to do the types of things that you're doing, and I decide to work with you and you're helping to shape these things for me, what are some realistic time frames, that I can start looking at some kind of success? Because everything's not overnight. I may not have an email list. I may not have followers. What advice do you have for people like that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great question. So depending on where you are, there's some people who come to me, they got stuff already in place. They got an email list. They've been marketing and advertising already. They even have some marketing funnels. They just need help to scale it, right? Some people come to my way, they're in the middle. Some people come my way, don't have these things. So first and foremost, people have to understand, it does not happen overnight. But you have to get clear, first and foremost, on your direction and goals. I think most people out there today are not very clear. They don't have a vision. Like literally my vision, I have a vision, my vision statement right here in my office, my purpose statement right here that I see every day to keep in my forefront. And I have a training, very in-depth training that I do clients in one of my higher ticket programs where for the first 4 weeks, all we do is focus on your vision and your purpose statement. And your superpower. Your superpower is how do you want to be identified by the marketplace, by the product user. And we're creating that right there before we get into the marketing or sales or all the other components to get out there. That foundational piece is powerful because most of us don't do that. Most of us just want to go out there and do stuff. They want people to give you money. And when it doesn't happen, because of the foundational stuff is not in order. You don't have a strong why. You don't have a clear vision or purpose because most people don't have a company. Most people are just self-employed people.
And there's a difference. Oh my gosh. Look.
They're not CEO.
They're
self-employed. So huge difference.
A huge difference.
Yeah. So that's what we do in my higher level program, where we're going through these statements, but and we're doing something called the 5 P's of positioning, and we're breaking down how you're going to be positioned in the marketplace in your niche. So the whole first month is just knocking that out. It has nothing to do with all the other stuff. And once we get that, it makes everything else much easier.
So your high level program, is that your 90-day program or is that your year-long program?
I have a 90-day, and sometimes it depends. We might stretch it out to 6 months. But yeah, it's 90 days now because we can get the same impact and results in 90 days as we say in 6 months. And then I have my one-on-one program. Of course, we're covering that too. There's a whole lot more. Then there's a lot more accountability, a lot more one-on-one sessions, with that. But yeah, those things are so important that people get those foundational things in place to find out, what are you good at? What problems can you solve for the marketplace? And number one, and then number two, who is your marketplace? Who are you assigned to? I have a training I taught in one of my master classes by discovering who you're assigned to. I mean, God has given everyone an audience of people you should solve problems for. Just like I showed you the example, you want to market like Jesus. Well, how did Jesus market? Well, Jesus came here. He did not come here for the entire world. That's misteaching. Like, what are you talking about, Chris? Well, I can show you the scripture. Jesus said, I'm here for the lost sheep of Israel. He said, that's why I'm sent. So he had a specific purpose. His disciples were commissioned to go to the world, not Jesus. So if Jesus knew exactly who he was here to serve, shouldn't we too? The problem is most people in business have no idea. Everybody's their audience.
You know what? That's a whole nother book right there. We're going to bring Chris back just to talk about his new book. Yes.
Who are you assigned to?
Who are you assigned to?
Yeah, if you market to everybody, you actually market to no one.
So tell me this, because it sounds like you are busy, busy, busy. How do you find balance? And what advice do you have for other entrepreneurs who are looking to do the types of things that you do, but to also have balance? Because I heard you say that you have a family and everything. How do you find that time and work that in with your work?
Yeah, about a year and a half ago, I made an investment in my company. I hired a company to help me hire people. I was at that point where I needed to hire people. And I actually stopped marketing my virtual events because I know I needed to hire people. So it was like a 6-month program and that thing to really kind of just slow down. Now you're the CEO. Now let's put together a staff, a team around you so you can grow as a CEO. So first and foremost, if you can begin to hire, assistants and other people or subcontract people, to do things that maybe you can do, but there's really time consuming, right? That you can pay somebody else to do it. Time is more important than money, right? And so being a team is good. So that's been very important for me to grow and be able to spend more time, doing other things. Also, is leveraging online tools and resources. Being willing to invest financially in tools and resources. Before I was able to hire people, I was using tools and resources. That's why I love paid advertising, because I can be asleep, yet my marketing and sales machine is still working for me while I'm asleep. It's called leverage, right? If I'm physically got to inbox 25 people a day on Facebook because I'm doing a manual approach, the free approach, that takes up a lot of time, and there's no guaranteed outcome. I got to wait for you to see a message. I got to wait for you to respond back to me. Instead of I'm running ads, I can get market one to many. And while I'm asleep, people could be watching my webinar. People could be going to my trainings, right? And say, okay, this is awesome. 2 o'clock in the morning, right? And they want to buy something. So it's leveraging systems. Chick-fil-A has a system, and it works.
Yes, they have an awesome system.
Awesome system, right? I mean, it'd be packed lines all around the corner. You can get in and out there in 5 minutes because they have a system in place. Well, a successful business owner, entrepreneur, CEO, whatever you want to call yourself, should also have a system in place that creates leverage in something that's predictable, scalable, and consistent. That's my whole mindset. Everything I do, I'm asking myself, Is this, number one, I'll do this activity, is the outcome predictable? Number two, is it something that can produce consistent results? And number three, is it scalable? Most of your freebie stuff that you do, organic stuff you do, are not predictable, consistent, or scalable. So that's why we do free strategies in conjunction with paid. Paid is consistent, it's predictable, and it's scalable. So if you're going to build a business that provides freedom, you got to have those elements in place as well. If not, you just got a glorified job.
Well, will you allow me to give you a compliment really quick?
Uh-huh.
Your email game is so tight. I got at least 3 or 4 emails from you today. And it's like every other day, I get at least 3 or 4 emails. So I compliment you and your team.
Oh, thank you.
If nothing else, you guys stay on top of it. And I love it. I mean, the information is actionable. You provide resources that are useful that you can actually, use today, and access to resources. I was just really impressed with that. And that's what led to the invitation for the show.
It's funny you said that because another program I'm in, one of my mentors, he actually was talking about email marketing literally yesterday. And that some people are afraid to send their email list emails because they're going to get mad at me, because I'm sending them emails. Well, that's the wrong mentality. They're on your email list for a reason. And think about it, we're all busy. You get flooded with emails. So if you're not showing up in front of your audience, to me, you're doing your audience a huge disservice. It's just like selling. Some people have a problem with selling. Well, my definition of selling is helping people make a decision to move in a direction they already said they wanted to go. That's why I have no issues giving people an offer to buy something, because I know that if you buy, it's going to help you. I'm helping you move further along to get closer to your goal that you said you wanted. So that's why I can sleep well in it.
And that's really the key. I mean, if you're providing value to your email list,
Right.
It's not a problem. Now, if you're spamming me, that's something totally different. But when you have profound, prolific content and you're providing value, then send me as many emails as you like, because I enjoy it. I actually do.
Yeah. But people love to buy. They just don't like being sold. So yeah, if you give people value, like my whole concept, like if you go to bookfunnelmethod.com, I teach the concept that one of my mentors taught me called we give people results in advance. Most people are not today just pitching you stuff to buy. In fact, was it 3 or 4 days ago, I had an email from, I'm not going to say his person's name, but they were selling some TikTok advertising program. And they said, come watch this 20-minute training. So let me see what they're talking about. I go in, there was no training whatsoever. He said, Facebook ads suck, TikTok ads where it's at. Here's my new program and course to buy. There was no value. There was nothing given. It was a straight. And I was saying, that's cool because it separates me, because whenever I'm offering anybody something, I'm always giving you something that's educational. I'm giving you value, so that when I make the offer, it doesn't seem like an offer to you. It's like the next step you should take to get the results that you want. But I'm always giving value. If it's in a podcast, if it's an email, if it's in a reel, like if we want to, I'm always giving value. Then I make an offer, and that's okay. But if you just if you just pitching offers all the time, then you're wasting your time. And so that's like a different mindset. And it's like I demonstrate I can actually help people by actually helping you. And that's how even the book funnel method is that way too. But let me help you solve some problems very inexpensively in the book. Then I know your problem solved, you're gonna want more, right? And that's when I offer my next multiplier.
Now, I feel like you're keeping some of the secret sauce from us, because you've mentioned this podcast 2 or 3 times, but you have not given us the name of the podcast so that we can go subscribe and keep up with you.
Yeah, it's called The Chris Harold Show. It used to be called Kingdom Marketing Secrets. I changed the name at the beginning of this year to bring myself. But we did a episode 169 today, so 169 episodes over there. So we're wherever you listen to podcasts, that's you go to the Chris Harold Show. Even you type in Kingdom Marketing Secrets, it'll pull up. But yeah, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, wherever you listen to podcasts. There's a lot of value, but people have told me they got way more value from my free podcast and other people paid courses. So, which makes you feel good because literally, yeah, I got a YouTube channel that has over like 1,200 videos. So you can get results out of my free stuff, let alone the paid.
So, and for your podcast episodes, are those released weekly so that we can get new content weekly, or?
Yes. Every now and then I might be happy and might do 2 or 3 episodes in a week.
Watch out now. Watch out.
I feel happy. But typically you release it every week. But actually this week, I released the main episode yesterday. Then I released like 3. We're going to figure out the short ones this week as well. But typically is once a week, for every Wednesday, typically a new episode is released.
Well, that is awesome. That is awesome. So tell us this. What advice would you give to an entrepreneur who was looking to get into the virtual event space or who was looking to be an author?
Yeah. Well, if you want to get into virtual events, go to getvisibleWithVirtual.com first. That's what I would tell them. but yeah, the reason why virtual events are so powerful is it's the next best thing to a live event. And, live events are transformational. You're in a room with other people in there, the energy and this, right? That's what people missed over the last, couple of years. So with virtual events, you're able to simulate that experience because you're able to show up in front of your audience. You're able to give them results in advance. You're able to, exhibit your teaching style or your coaching style, you're able to show your expertise, right? For 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, how many days you want to go. So, and each day, they know like a trust factor is increasing more and more. So by the time you make an offer, day 4, day 5, day 7, people have been waiting. People have literally told me I was ready to buy after day 2. I was waiting for you to make an offer. So that's the power of virtual events because you get to show up powerfully and share your expertise over multiple days. And by the time you get people an extension to continue to work with you, you have people there who's been waiting. They're like, I'm ready. Just let me know what I need to do to get in. So if you want to use that, that technique, like I said, I have a training. You go to getvisibleWithVirtual.com. We'll probably be doing another 5-day event where I teach that method too. Probably be in August. We'll do another 5-day event. But right now you can go to getvisibleWithVirtual.com too. You can see some stuff there as well. But yeah, virtual events are powerful, and like I said, books give you credibility, authority. It separates. There's a lot of noise on it. A lot of noise, and everybody's doing the same thing. Go on TikTok, go on Instagram, post all it. Everybody's doing the same.
Do a reel.
Yeah. So you just gonna be thrown in that same also ran space. Let me give you an example. 2016, 2017, I was helping real estate and mortgage professionals grow their business online. And there are over 15 million realtors in the U.S. alone. There were like over 4.5 million mortgage or loan officers beside me. So when clients came to me, I said, well, listen, number one, you have a commodity, right? You sell real estate, help people buy and sell a home, or you give people loans. You don't have anything like that's unique to you. I said, so what we got to do is make you stand out from the other 15 million people who are doing the same thing as you do. So I taught them how to become an expert in your niche in front of your audience. We're going to do things that the masses won't do. One thing the masses won't do is create a book because they think it's too time consuming and they don't understand the power of it. I said, so you create a book. Some of your audience followers, they automatically see you as a person of authority. They automatically see you as the expert in your field. Because I guarantee you, whatever niche you're in, I guarantee you less than 1%, everybody in your niche has a book. Definitely don't have a book funnel. Totally different, right? Right. So you do things that the masses don't do. All the masses not going on TikTok. Why would you go on TikTok now and do your dancing videos 3 or 5 times a day? Right. I mean, same thing with Clubhouse. Clubhouse, a year ago, everybody was talking about Clubhouse. I did it too for a minute. I said, you know what? This isn't for me. Because if you ever like to get a Clubhouse started, you need to go live 5 days in a row for like months. And, the content's not getting saved on Clubhouse. So I'm like, you know what? My time is valuable. What I'm doing is working. I'm not going to come on some platform that everybody's jumping on the same time. Why would you go with the masses? One thing I've learned is that, you know how it is growing up. There's a fight and the crowd running to the fight. What are you supposed to do?
Run away from the fight.
Go the other way. So don't follow the crowd. There's always something new going to come out. The latest platform or get rich quick scheme. It's always something new. But what's tried and true are these methods. The book's been around since the Bible. I would say what's worked, right? So, virtual events been around forever. So I use those other platforms as, supplement. This is not a primary focus because I know what we're doing is works. It works. You just rinse, wash, repeat. Rinse, wash, repeat. So good advice to give somebody is to focus. Pick one method, one niche, and master it. Don't try to do everything. You cannot be a master of every platform, every technique, every strategy. And my advice is to pick something that's fast, predictable, consistent, and scalable. This is my advice because if you got a choice of building a business fast or slow, which one do you want? If I can build it fast, so that's what pick one. There's a lot of noise, a lot of overwhelm online. You got to know how to shut that stuff off and focus. Because everybody's going to inbox you on Facebook, the latest opportunity, the latest this and that. But you got to be focused. I get 5 minutes today. Hey, man, I can do this for you. Focus, like a horse with blinders. Focus.
Well, Chris, look, thank you so much for spending some time with us today at the Play Big Faster podcast. If you want to give us those URLs one more time to reach you, and also let us know about your social media platforms that people can reach out to you on.
Yeah. Well, I'm everywhere on social media, so you go look up Chris S. Harold on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Chris S. Harold, I mean, a YouTube channel, over 1,200 videos there. You can go and subscribe to. Just go Christopher Harold there, or type in God's Masterpiece or whatever. But typically Chris S. Harold, you'll find me everywhere on social media, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. But also for us, like a book, Kingdom Affirmations, how to activate the power of heaven on earth in your words. It's a powerful book, one of the best-selling books out today. Like I said, you get a free copy simply by going to kingdomaffirmations.com. And just cover the shipping and handling. We have a physical copy of this book, and I include a cool little bookmark for you there. So it's free.
Watch out now.
See, got affirmations. See, I am created to succeed. I am an influencer in the world. So you got these affirmations, very powerful. Book, I have affirmations, and then I have scriptures to back up. Then I share thoughts on each one. There's tons of powerful affirmations in here. So I recommend reading this every day. This book has been in prison walls. This book has been in places where I had no idea about. So it's transformed lives all over. Get this. Like I said, you want to leverage the book funnel method to grow your business, which I highly recommend. Got a free 120-minute training at bookfunnelmethod.com. And if you want to be able to discover how to launch your business, grow your business with virtual events, simply go to getvisiblewithvirtual.com, and you can take a look at everything there. And you can always, reach out, message me, contact, Scherrie, or however you want to do that. If you need to speak with me personally, about something like that as well. But I just want people to realize that God put you for a purpose. He put you on this planet to solve a problem. So you are a problem solver. You just have to know how to get in front of your audience to solve the problem. There are people out there looking for your solution right now. The issue is they can't find it. Well, I can help people find it. That's one of my expertise. Is helping people find you, helping the right people find you. And so that's what we do.
Well, look, thank you so much. And until our next podcast, remember to play big faster. Thank y'all.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Play Big Faster podcast. Want more entrepreneurial content?
I like this.
Make sure to subscribe for future episodes.
Already subscribed.
I just clicked on it.
Don't forget to like and leave a review. Share with a friend that needs this in their life.
I think you need this more than I.
Oh, and make sure to follow Scherrie on IG at Scherrie Speaks. And remember to play big faster.